Hey guys, it's Gus, and if you have been following the game in the last 24 hours, they have dropped some big bombs. And it is still way too early to do anything, but we can speculate. So I got 11 quick topics to discuss if you want to join me. The first one is Milestone 3 is here. Milestone 2 is arguably the worst milestone we've seen of all the battle passes. I'll show you why it was so bad. I don't normally do random queues. Once you've made it to end game, they've usually become a big waste of time for you. There's a lot more stuff you can do in the game besides RT queues. But I was doing them, and this was the ultimate reward. This was the final reward for completing milestone 2. This right here. 5 tokens. Oh, 40 trade bars and an Alexandrite. Thank you for that, Neverwinter. Good stuff. Uh, but Milestone 3, it's probably worth it. It's got the code word right there, right? I mean, these are okay. If you're gonna do random queues, and you're gonna get these for free while you do them, might as well. It's not that bad of a deal. And then because free's good. So if you didn't know, there are Wondrous Bazaars going on right now, and I believe the Wondrous Bazaar is over, yeah, tomorrow morning. So the bazaar normally does a lot of things to the game's economy. And I know all three platforms are different, but normally the astral lockboxes are bought up in bulk, the glyph of potencies are bought up in bulk, and where is these? The cube of augmentations are bought up in bulk. And it's noticeable, and you don't can't really tell right now, but how you can tell is when you go to the Astral Diamond Exchange. And as if you can see in the last 7 days, the backlog has gone down 2 million Zen. That's a lot of Zen. I mean, that's 2 million I mean, that's what, 8% or so? I don't have a calculator, not quite 10%, but 2 million is a significant amount. And that means our wait is shorter. And I got Zen order during this event, and the backlog was 69 days. What a funny number, but 69 days, that's really good because if it stays at that, we can get 125,000 Zen a year on PS4 using the exchange. That's really good. Uh, Xbox, shit, they're below 3 million now. Theirs might be gone. And PCs, I don't think it barely budged. I think they're still around the 45, 46 mil mark. But it's much better than the 70 mil mark they were at last year. And PS4 was up to, I believe it got up to 48 million uh, not too long ago. So 25 million is, it's a lot easier to chew on right now. It's not so painful to think of it when you look at it in those terms. Okay, so this is what seems to be the center of Discord and Alliance chat and Reddit. People are seem they're making an update to the enchants, right? So right now we got enchants. Well, I press wards. They're making a couple new. They're adding a few more weapon armor enchants, and they're also adding these normal enchants. Right now we got like 5 of them: citrine, amethyst, garnet, jade, and I think there's one more. Well, maybe there's 4. So the deal with these is next mod, if everything stays the same, they're gonna have dual slot, which means they'll give you 2 different stats. But the pro to them is you get, instead of 1500 item level, you'll get 1600 item level. And what's that mean to you? Well, so these 8 enchantments right here, plus this enchantment, if you max up all the new ones, you can increase your item level by 900. 900 item level is a 1.0049% damage increase if I use the Neverwinter calculator right. A 1% damage increase is almost not unnoticeable unless you're really, really min-maxing. Nobody's going to need those enchantments at all for any content in the game. I'm personally looking forward to it. I know that's not a popular opinion. I think the new enchantments are good for the game. The game's been super stale for a year now. We've been sitting on these enchants for a year and they haven't changed. So Anything that spices up the economy and gets interest back in the game is a good thing. And it's also going to help the new players. And a lot of people, I don't think will believe me when I say that. But the new enchantments coming the 1600 item level, nobody needs those. They're purely a luxury item, right? Very luxury, like MC plus one weapons. Every single post you see on these, people say plus ones are not necessary. Big epping, whatever term they want to use, they're completely unnecessary, right? It's 200 item level when you get these, or 100 item level. It's very little. It's only for the sweatiest of the sweatiest, or the people who help other people the most. Because the thing about helping newer players is a lot of times they may not have the gear necessary to pull their own weight in newer content, and somebody with they can pull more than their weight can help them get through. Or if somebody dies, you can pull their weight. It's so not everybody helps everybody in this game, but if you do help people, these are really good to help people out. And then these new, oh yeah, so these are very luxury items. There's not one single guy that I have seen recommends you spend a single AD on mythic colors. They're purely, strictly a luxury item. Again, either they're burn through content or to help newer players get through content who aren't quite ready to pull their own weight yet. So these new enchantments are just like these mythic colors and these plus one weapons, completely unnecessary luxury item that you should probably even never consider only if you have excess funds that you have nothing else to spend on in the game. For me, they're not going to be that expensive because I'll sell these enchantments because they're all unbound. Like I told everybody else, do not bind them unless you don't mind throwing 30 million 80 out the window because we're actually paying Zen to unbind items. Like we have to pay to get stuff unbound. When you go to services, oh God, the Zen market's broke. Uh-oh. If you go to services, there are these unbind tokens. You have to pay to get stuff unbound in the game. And they actually gave us a reason to bind stuff, make stuff that has value become completely worthless. Well, I have talked to a number of players who have bound tons of enchantments. And I said, you know, that's a lot of AD. And they don't care. They said, I don't care. I'm using it because I play a lot of tunes. And using those enchantments is a big quality of life improvement. I don't care if I lose on my AD. Hey, good on you. And I do know a number of those players that do it, and I run with them, and I appreciate them for doing it because if they say in the group, we need a tank, they can swap the tank in like 2 seconds, and they're right in the fight. They're not spending 10 minutes swapping everything around. So I appreciate them for that. But me, I'm going to sell all of these to fund my new enchantments. And if I'm selling these in the auction house, these enchantments right here, I'm going to sell them all. And there's going to be a lot of other super sweaty players or a lot of other helpful players who are going to sell theirs as well. So there's going to be a lot of people selling them. So guess what that's going to do to the prices of enchants? Well, if the market's flooded with them, the enchantments could go up, they could go down, or they could stay the same. My bet is they're going to go down. They're going to go down significantly. Oh, yeah, I sold like 3 last night as soon as I found out some extras I had, and the market's already going down. The undercutting is going to continue. How low will they go? We don't know, but they're going to keep going down. But these aren't like the last enchantment changes where they literally became almost worthless. These have value because every new player come to the game now isn't going to have to spend 3.5 million on an enchant because they're going to be able to get these mythic enchants 2 million, definitely less than 3 million. This is only day one of the pre-release notes, right? Wait till we start getting closer and closer and then watch how low these prices go. This is amazing for new players who aren't in a position where they need luxury items yet. So all these new players are going to get all mythic enchantments for a third of the cost? We don't know. That's pure speculation. But if history repeats itself, which we're already seeing in the market, look how many of them have been listed in the last minute. These prices are going to keep dropping. So that's great for the new players who are coming to the game and want to get to end game faster. So I think it's a win for everybody because you don't need these at all. Nobody needs them. But if you do feel like your tune is stale and you do have excess resources and you do want to upgrade your tune, you're going to have the option. You also have the option not to do it. But for the people who exercise that option and get the new ones, it's going to help the new players. I think it's a win, win, win all the way around the game. I told you that'd be an unpopular opinion. Oh, the market's already reacting. So yesterday, these were at 658 each. So 42, 62, 63,080. These have already gone up. Almost 10% have these have gone up. We don't know. See the difference between this enchant change and the last one was the last one you pretty much had to if you wanted to get your item level up. Um, this one is really optional, so I don't think the market's going to react as strongly as it did last time with cold modes. These things were selling for over 1 million on PS4. On PC, I think it was way more than that. It was a ton. I don't know if these are going to go up. I don't know. I don't know what the demand's going to be for these new enchantments because they are not necessary for any content in the game. We'll see though. But just keep your eye on code words. If you think you're going to want those new enchantments, you're going to need code words. And the question is, do you think code words are going to go up, down between now and then, or up between now and then? If I needed code words, I would bet they would go up. And if you were betting they go up, this might be a really good price to get them. Now, there could be a Zen sale, you know, the 3-time pack coming out. We don't know. We do know this price can go much, much higher than it currently is. And it can go down too. Chances are it may not go down. So just plan accordingly. Because 2 months from now, or whenever the new mod comes, you may look at this and go, man, I wish I would have got them at that price. Today's the last day of the Bard contest. So I have a Bard that I made to get the Bard sigil for the collections. And so what I did with that Bard is I made a quick 10. You press R1 on the PS4. You got to press R1 and you go to like free play mode or whatever it's called. I know nothing about the Bard. I just used Regis and leveled it up. You press R1. It lets you play some notes. I recorded it. Upload the video to YouTube. Made it where it can't be seen publicly because I didn't want anybody's inbox notifications to pop up. And I sent the link to Cryptic. So now I'm going to be guaranteed a prize and a chance at some really cool prizes as well. Everybody, we have until I think the end of today to do that. And if you go to your start menu, it talks about it too. When you press go to home and you go to, well, they removed it. Okay, never mind. It was in here. It was one of these notes right here. New weapons. So there's a new trial. We can see the new trial weapons in the collection, and I've already dismissed them as I'll probably never equip them. You know, I've gotten every single weapon enchanting or weapons in the game. I got the sunset weapons. I got the crown weapons. Sorry, I'm moving around. I shouldn't be doing that. I got all the weapons, and I've never played with the Barovia weapons. I've never used the crown weapons. And I'm looking at these new weapons, and I'm thinking I'll never use those as well. That's a shame. I might be wrong, but you know, it's got possibly a 10% damage with a chance of a little bit more than that. What you're giving up, though, is you're giving up 10% damage resistance. And I know there's players out there who play perfectly on 10-man teams where not one single person ever makes a mistake. I don't get that fortunate. It's usually me making a mistake, and the group has to pay for it. So those M&C weapons really help prevent anything bad from happening. So those new weapons already look like a dud right now, just like these Stormforge weapons are a big fat dud. The reason I'm in PE though, and not my workshop like I am for most of these type of videos, is this appointment vendor. You probably already noticed, but the prices of not this garbage, not this garbage. Ah, this garbage. These prices have gone down, right? I'm really surprised they made these changes without crediting the people's account. So 2 days ago, if you bought this Winsol Jinsai, you paid 5 tokens for it. The very next day after the update, it went down to 3. So you lost out on, 2 event tokens, which is really 6 to 9 months in this game. So it's great. It allowed newer players to catch up, and it kind of stinks for the people who bought the stuff. I'm really surprised they didn't like credit people's accounts with the reduction. That'd be asking too much. But there are a lot of people who are very unhappy with this because instead of buying the Winslow Jinsai, they could have bought the Winslow Jinsai and the Golden Warhorse. That's the mount that I use. Even though I'm melee and I have Big B's hand, I like the Golden Warhorse better. It's like the fastest casting one out there. And this one is purely for cosmetics. This one, I haven't used Stardorf in a long, long time. It takes up a damage slot, so I don't use it. I know people with multi-accounts, though, or multi-tunes, they consider it. But the reason I came here is I'm recommending, even if you have these tokens, I would recommend not spending any tokens yet and wait till mod 25. Because when they announced this change, they specifically mentioned changes coming with Module 25. Well, this change already happened. Module 25 has not happened. So that indicates that there's a good possibility there's going to be changes to this. And if they add any changes and you spend your tokens now, you may regret it if it's something they add that you want. So I'm leaving this alone. Unless you absolutely need something out of here right now, I'd recommend to wait until the new mod comes out to see if they add anything new. That's just my recommendation. That's what I would. Well, that's what I'm doing. So there's a new trial coming, which for many players, the people who do trials, we're already salivating. It's looking very exciting. Well, what's good about this though is it's for there's a lot of players still trying to do MTOS. Either they're having a hard time getting in there or they're having a hard time completing it. There's going to be massive upgrades to our characters coming very soon, which will make Master Template Spider much, much easier than it is now. For example, there's an Unbound shirt that gives 7.5% damage in North Dark, That's much better than, it's higher eye level, and it's much better than the 5% combat advantage shirt we got. That also has minus control resistance as well. So there is some stuff that's going to make MTOS very much easier. And I'm really disappointed. Oh, so I thought I was done with MTOS. I thought I had 9 more MTOS runs and I was done. Done with it. Because, I'm a collector and I want everything. And once I have it, there's really no reason to go back. And the thing is I only had these 3 more companion gears left to finish under North Dark. And what these require is you got to do MTOS campaigns. And we go here to North Dark. We go here and we go to companion gear. And they take these right here. They take 3 brilliant Kaba. I don't even know how to pronounce it. 3 brilliant gems. And you can get 3 of these a week in MTOS. So basically 1 companion gear a week. So I thought 3 more weeks, I was done. Well, as it turns out, we can upgrade a lot of these gears. Like these gears can be upgraded to Mythic. And I believe they're going to require more of these brilliants. I'm not 100% sure. So instead of getting companion gears that you don't need, if you don't need them, you might want to save these brilliants to upgrade these gears. Like this, instead of doing 5% more damage to enemies that aren't facing you, it'll do 6% more damage when you upgrade it. And that doubles in Underdark. So it will go from 10% damage to 12% damage when you upgrade it. And 12% damage, if it works in the new trial, there's a chance that might be better than the Dragon Hunter shirt that the Dragon Hunter chest piece that we get from the Dragon Hunts. They give 15% stats. 12% damage may be more than 15% stats. We gotta do the math on it. But save those brilliant gems if you don't need them right now. And continue doing MTOS and get a bunch of them, so that way if you do need to upgrade, you have them ready. Oh, here's another unpopular opinion. So I talked about, did I tell you the Zen exchange? I forget if I covered this or not. Uh, yeah, so the backlog is down is down to 25 million. It's gone down 2 million, which means you're getting Zen, and it's less than 70 days. If you don't have Zen now, but you want to do the new content coming out, uh, historically, when new content comes out, they'll release a campaign pack that you can't buy it in the auction house. You can only get it in the Zen market. And that usually lets you access content early. So if you want to get in the new content early, if there is a campaign buyout or a campaign booster, you may want to save your Zen for that. Just saying. And we have no idea if it does come out, how much it will come out. 5,000 Zen, 10,000 Zen, 1,500 Zen. We don't know. But I'm saving, well, I'm always saving Zen, but I'm saving Zen specifically so I'm prepared for that when it comes out. And so that's my 11 topics. If you got any comments, please comment below. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.